for more than 2 CR plus up to 5 CR as well. And trust me, this is no scam or no fluff. These are actually verified job vacancies from different companies. And then the list goes on, like Zapier and Atlassian. Atlassian has a lot of open roles in software engineering, product management, marketing, and imagine earning San Francisco or New York salary while living in a tier 2 city. The average salaries in USD can be roughly range from 100k, which means approximately 90 lakhs, till 200k, which roughly means almost less than 2 CR. Just imagine earning that salary while doing work on a beach, on a Maldives vacation, or anywhere else from around the world. Yes, this is a dream which I can help you achieve. In this video, I'm going to tell you everything related to remote jobs, what you can do, what would be the compensation, list of the countries, everything related to remote jobs I'm going to cover in this video. So stay till me with that, because in that we will cover about the compensation part for various roles. So let's get started. So these are the table contents that I'm going to discuss in this video. The first number one is work from home versus remote jobs. We have to understand the exact meaning. Second is what are the difficulties in finding a remote job. Third is countries offering remote job. I will share you the list. Fourth is list of companies who are hiring remotely for different roles. Next one is what are the available job portals only that are targeting for remote job only. I will tell you the entire list for that. Last but not least is the compensation and how you can pay taxes while earning salaries in USD, Euros, or GBPs. I will tell you exactly the ranges for that. So let's get started. If you're new to my channel, then click on the subscribe button. So there are two types. The first one is work from home. This means the company has a physical office in there. For example, they are in Bangalore, they have their GCC set up. GCC means Global Capability Centers. They have already set up their offices, and they have given you the ability based on their policy to work from your home. So you can be living in Bangalore, you can be living in a place like Chandigarh, and then you can work anywhere from India, but you have to be present in that country. So these kind of jobs are termed as work from home jobs. Now talking about remote jobs, these remote job means either the company has no office set up, they are totally operating remotely, or they do have offices but they are not calling anyone to those offices. So basically they have a registered entity, for example in India, and person can work anywhere from around India or anywhere from around the world, so that they can pay salaries to those employees. So there are different categories of companies who are considered into work from home and remote jobs. Key idea here is work from home job means companies who can call you office anytime, but remote job means companies who are totally operating in remote posture. Now tell me how many people you know who are working in remote job. Let's say now start from the people in your circle. I can estimate that the people you know in your circle can be 30 to 50 who are working in different companies who actually visit their office daily, or maybe in a hybrid mode as well, at least 2 to 3 days a week. Now tell me how many of those people in your network are actually working in big companies like Google, Meta, Netflix, Amazon, these kind of companies. I know the number would be very less now, which means like roughly 2 to 5 people only, not more than that. It can be more, but yeah, for average it would be 2 to 5 only. Now tell me, out of those people, out of 50, then we got to 5, and now tell me how many people are working remotely in your connections or in your network. I know it can be 0, it can be 1. For most of the people it would be 0, because it's very difficult to find these kind of remote jobs. We just get to know once in a while that person I need a remote job from US, that person I need a remote job from the United Kingdom, but it is very difficult to find remote jobs. Why? Because everyone wants to work remotely. No one wants to go to the office, because no one wants to get stuck in the traffic in Bangalore or Gurgaon. They simply want to work from home and remotely from anywhere in the world while enjoying their vacations and trips, and then working remotely from that place. This is the one big reason why it is very difficult to find remote jobs, because on one single position more than 2,000 people apply, and then you have to stand out of the crowd to justify yourself why they should hire you. Before I share the list of countries with you, I first of all want to tell you that how you can stand out of those big number of applicants. So the first one is build your network with recruiters or the hiring managers or with the company's employees who are hiring remotely. I'm going to share the list in the end of this video. Stay with me till the end. Second thing is increase your visibility. Start posting on LinkedIn to increase your visibility, because LinkedIn has very high chances of getting inbounds from different recruiters who are hiring for your specific kind of role. For improving visibility and inbounds on LinkedIn, I've created a separate video. You can check out this link here. Now, once you increase your visibility, you should start talking to people. What are the skill sets required to crack those remote job roles? Now, talking about preparation, there is no separate preparation required for cracking remote jobs. The preparation is very simple, whatever you're doing for the on-site jobs as well. The thing is, you should have one particular skill which you are very strong, so that once recruiter reaches out to you, or once recruiter is trying to find that particular kind of skill set, you should be the first applicant for which recruiter should reach out to. Trust me, it is very difficult to crack this remote job, but you should keep trying, because you never know when your luck works. Even you can find a remote job in 1 month, or it can take you 6 months as well. I've been working remotely from the past 5 years, and then I switched to a job which had hybrid options. So it totally depends on your taste as well, and the company you're trying to target, and the job profile that you're trying to target. Some job profiles are open very remotely, but there are some profiles which do not offer remote jobs. So it totally depends on you what kind of role you are trying to target. Now, talking about the list of countries who are offering remote jobs. Now there are different type of categories under remote job. First of all, are countries who only offer remote jobs in their only country. For example, Atlassian opened their GCC in India, so they are going to offer remote jobs only in India, because they have, according to their legal and compliance requirements, they can only employ persons in that specific country. Second category is companies who do not have physical offices, so they can employ anywhere around the world. So these kind of the companies we want to target. Third thing is, there are different countries which specifically give digital nomad visas. Spain is one example, with whom you can go to that particular country. You need to have the work authorization, because these countries or companies do not offer specific work visas. You can simply go into that country and then work there legally in a remote position. Now, coming to the list of the countries. So the first one, I think you might be guessing it right, is the United States. That's correct. So there are a lot of companies or startups in the United States who are growing very rapidly and want to scale their teams. So they are offering a lot of remote roles. I am going to share the websites in the upcoming few minutes. Second countries which are offering remote jobs is United Kingdom. You can either go to the United Kingdom and then work there remotely, or there are some companies as well who are giving remote jobs around the world. Third country specifically in Europe, which is Germany or Switzerland. Most of the major big countries in Europe which are offering remote jobs. So again, there can be different requirements depending on the company to company, what kind of roles they are offering, and either it is fully remote role where you can work around the world, or you need to be present in Germany and then only you can work remotely into that particular place. And then we have Canada, Singapore, Spain. These are the countries who offer remote jobs in their country or around the world as well. So it totally depends on the country's legal requirements, whatever rules the companies are following, and countries giving the flexibility for the companies to operate worldwide or from their country itself. Recently, United Arab Emirates have gone into a very high trend. The search results are very massive, and a lot of people are searching for remote jobs in UAE. And because of the ongoing war as well, UAE has increased remote openings as well. I have seen a lot of companies who are hiring remotely and offering very good salaries of more than 100k plus, even for entry-level roles as well. New emerging markets like Brazil, Mexico, India, a lot of companies are offering remote roles in these small countries as well, but which are rapidly growing countries. Now I will share the list of top companies who are hiring remotely. The first one is Deal. It is a global payroll and HR leader and offer different kind of softwares in the same domain of HR and payroll. They hire in 150 plus countries, and it is named as globally remote first company. Second is Oyster. It is a similar kind of a company what Deal does. They offer their services like hire, pay, and then provide salaries and etc. All the similar kind of work that Deal does. They support employees in 180 plus countries around the world. Can you imagine the scale of this kind of company? Then third is remote.com. It is one of the fastest growing companies worldwide in distributed team management. I have seen lots and lots of vacancies from remote on LinkedIn and other various job portals. The next is GitLab. I have known GitLab from a very long time because they are offering remote roles for 2,500 plus people or employees in 65 plus countries, and they are majorly known for the remote work. It was one of the most initial companies who started this remote first culture. Then we have Automatic. AUTOMATIC. This is the company behind WordPress and Tumblr. They have been fully remote from over a decade now, and they are also offering a lot of remote roles. You can check out their careers page and then see if something is relevant for your role. Don't just apply blindly, always follow what kind of role they are hiring for, and then try to position yourself according to the job description or whatever role or skill set they are hiring. If you need help in positioning yourself, then I'm sharing my link. You can connect with me directly on LinkedIn or on TopMate, and I can guide you and help you in creating a resume and interview preparation as well, and then guide you how you can position yourself for these kind of companies and roles. And then the list goes on, like Zapier and Atlassian. Atlassian has a lot of open roles in software engineering, product management, marketing, and different kind of roles. They offer all the roles that are completely remote inside India as well as around the globe as well. So you can go to their website, you can check what kind of roles they are hiring for and what are the skill sets that are required. Another big name in the remote first culture is Airbnb and Coinbase. These are the two big giants in tech industry. Airbnb and Coinbase are big tech giants. They hire employees all over the world, but they follow a very specific criteria of what kind of employees they hire. So you have to position yourself very strongly and you have to present your skill sets very strongly so that they can hire you whenever they're trying to search for your kind of people that you are actually. And just like this, the list keeps going on. If you want the entire list of those companies, drop a comment with the name companies and I'm going to share the exact list with you of the companies that are hiring remotely. A lot of companies have switched to hybrid based models as well, so you have to be very much careful. You have to go through the entire job description very carefully so that you can understand if the company is hiring for a remote role or a work from home role that we discussed in the start of the video, why it matters, and then based on that you can apply accordingly to these kind of job portals and the vacancies. Now I'm going to tell you 8 different job portals that can help you land remote jobs, or at least help you find where the remote jobs are present and for which companies. Listen to me carefully now. The number one is Jobspresso. Curated roles at fast growing tech companies, basically tailored for your experience. You can go to their website, you can try to search for a specific skill set and roles and then apply to different jobs. If you're not able to apply, then you can directly go to the company's website or on LinkedIn or on the careers page, and then from there on you can apply as well. Second is Wellfound, offer or formerly named as AngelList. This is very famous for all the remote startup roles offered at a very good equity. Third one is FlexJobs, which I actually like. Is this website offers all the verified remote and hybrid based roles across different industries. And trust me, this is no scam or no fluff. These are actually verified job vacancies from different companies. And then fourth one is Himalayas. I have seen this recently coming up on the top. And this offer different remote roles. Plus the advantage of this site is that it offered transparent pay ranges. There are no hidden payrolls. For example, if you are looking for a job in product management as a product manager, then it is going to clearly tell you what is the pay range for that particular kind of role on which Himalayas or their clients are hiring. And the number can range from 100k to 200k or anything between that. Then fifth one is we have Remotive. It is basically targeted for remote jobs in product, marketing, and then tech. And then sixth one is We Work Remotely. This has become very much famous and this is one of the biggest job boards that offer remote jobs worldwide. I know you cannot apply directly on that job portal because their apply button is hidden behind a paywall. You have to pay a certain amount, then you can apply. But one alternative I can suggest you is that pick up the company, go to their careers page or reach out to the recruiter directly or the hiring manager directly, and then pitch in your resume or whatever, however you want to pitch, and then you can then wait to hear back from them if you are getting response or not without even paying a single penny. So this is how you can do and apply for this kind of remote jobs that ask for some money before you apply it to them. And then we have Working Nomads. The good thing about is they deliver weekly updates to your inbox of the remote jobs worldwide. And then we have Pangian, PANGIAN. This is a community-driven platform with global remote opportunities. So you can see there are very good number of job portals that totally exist, and there are many more like that as well. So you can try and start searching on these jobs if you are looking immediately. Save this video, share it with your friends as well so that they can also make most of it, and then you can work together, position yourselves, and then apply for the different job opportunities remotely. Okay, now I know what you're waiting for. Yes, the composition part, which is very important as well. So I'm going to share two different pay ranges, which means in specific Indian currency as well as in the outside currency as well. So hear me thoroughly now. First of all, I'll start with the product management domain because this is a very popular domain. So there are two different kind of roles that are being offered. The number one is which are entirely based in India and are remote opportunities, and then other roles are which are from United States or Europe or whatever countries that I've shared with you, like Dubai. So there are different job roles that are paying in a specific range. So these kind of remote jobs that are worldwide pay a similar range to most of these roles. So the first one is entry level, which is associate product manager. You can simply get 15 to 30 lakhs anywhere in India, maybe less than that as well, based on the equity options as well. But if you talk about globally, it can range from 80 lakhs to roughly around 1.2 CR as well, which means in US it can be roughly around 80, 100 to somewhere between 100k as well. So this is entry level role in the product management. And then we have second number is product manager job. This is a kind of a mid-level role. So here you can roughly expect a global range of 150k to 180k. So it totally depends. I'm repeating, and it totally depends on the company and the startup you are applying for. These are just generic ranges that are the data that are present on the internet and the various job portals that I have checked on. So this number can range less than 150k as well or more than 180k as well. So this totally depends on company to company and the startup, their funding round. So a lot of different variables out there, but this is a very generic range that I'm telling you. So in India, it can simply range from 1.2 CR to 1.5 CR. And then senior PM and more than that, it can roughly start at 150 or 180k in the USD, and then it can range up till 250k or maybe 300k as well. So all these roles, PM roles after this particular thing in Indian currency specifically range from 1.5 CR to more than 2 CR or plus of that. It includes chief product officer as well. It includes director of product management, head of product, all the different possible roles in product management. And in the euro, these ranges specifically stand in this particular ranges in euro, GBP or as well, because they definitely equate to the USD because it is a global currency that actually works. So these are the rough ranges that we have in India as well as in the worldwide as well. Now coming to the second most hottest jobs in the worldwide, which is software engineering jobs. This can range from full stack developers, back-end developers, front-end developers. So again, I am sharing different ranges here. These are not strict ranges. The numbers can vary depending on the companies, depending on the startups, depending on the equity options as well. So the first one is software developer, which means a specialist. It can be a full stack developer as well. It can be a back-end developer and a front-end developer. So the range can roughly stand from 130k to roughly 150k or maybe less than that as well a little bit, but it will definitely start from 80k or more than 100k till 150k. And in Indian currency, it can simply calculate is roughly between 80 lakhs to 1.5 CR, in between of that. It can be any number. And then we have engineering managers, which can range from 180k in USD to 220k, which means 1.5 CR to 2 CR plus, which is a very good role to work upon. And then we have staff engineers, principal engineers, where the range can go for more than 2 CR plus up to 5 CR as well. This number again totally depends on company and the startups. Then number 3 is marketing. So these jobs are very interesting because these operate at some places on commission basis as well. So the first one is marketing specialist, which is a kind of a entry to mid-level kind of role. And the first range that can start from is $75k USD to 100k USD roughly, which means 70 lakhs to 1 CR, roughly around that. Globally, I'm talking about. And then comes the marketing manager kind of role, which is roughly starts from 120k to 150k. Again, that same range from 1 CR to 1.5 CR, roughly around that. And then we have director of marketing, CMO, chief marketing officers, and their range can definitely go from 150k to plus of 220k as well. So which means 1.5 CR to 2 CR plus. This number can be anything based on the equity options, on the startups you are applying, and the funding round that has happened. So this is a very generic range that I've shared you. It totally depends on companies to companies what roles for they are paying for, but trust me, those are very good roles and they pay really well based on the different standards that have been set by different countries. And India, the currency converts from, let's say, $1 is roughly $89, so which means you can simply apply multiplication method of 90 to, let's say the job is 100k, and then in India you're going to get roughly 85 to 90 lakhs before taxes. And then we have sales and operations, which again starts from 70k to 100k, just like that. And then if you go to the manager level, it again goes from 100k to 150k, roughly around that range. Again, you can do those conversions. So in India, remote jobs, basically if you are doing at entry level, it can anywhere start between 10 lakhs and it can go up to 15 to 20 or 30, 25 lakhs as well. And if I talk about the mid roles only in India, it can roughly range from 25 lakhs to 50 lakhs in between of that. And if you go above, then director level kind of roles and above, it can go from 50 lakhs to 1 CR plus around that only in India. I'm not talking about the US currencies. Earlier I've shared USD currencies, but now I'm only specifically talking about the Indian currency. Now some companies or some websites usually ask for compliance because they have to follow the compliance. So they are going to ask some certain additional things like specifically filling a compliance form so that you can receive international payments and there are no disputes while tax filing. So it's very important that you follow all those rules and regulations so that you can successfully receive any amount of money that you're earning from these remote jobs. Okay, now you have to be very much careful when you are applying because you have to position yourself according to the job role. You cannot just simply go and apply blindly there because you are not going to receive any job calls. The market is getting tougher these days because of the layoffs that are happening and people like you or me are applying to these jobs as well. So that's why it becomes very important how you position yourself, how you have to present yourself whenever you are even appearing for interview as well. The one big problem that people receive is whenever they apply, they never get the job calls because the competition is too high. That's why it becomes very important that you tailor your resume according to the job description. You properly position yourself according to the job description. If you want my help in positioning yourself on creating your resume or increasing chances of inbound on LinkedIn, then you can reach out to me. I will help you guide through it. I have helped a lot of people in getting LinkedIn inbounds, in making their profile optimized. And I will help you improve your profile.